Welcome back. Today I'm going to tell you why Mika is overrated.
What?
No, all right. I know that sounds bad.
Okay, before you flame in the comment section, I'm not saying she's bad. I just don't think you should invest all your resources in her, since she's the character most likely to fall off after launch. It's just that you aren't ready to have this conversation yet. I have my reasons for thinking this, so stick around if you wanna know why. By the way, this video won't have a lot of editing because I'm just here to give my opinion and that's it. To understand what's wrong with Mika, we first need to understand what makes her so special, the reason everyone puts her at the top of their tier list. What I think makes Mika so special is her ability to generate action points constantly. Also, she can carry over action points from one turn to the next. And finally, her excessive amount of healing. The reason I think she's overrated is that none of this makes her unique enough. I mean, we can get almost the same results she provides without having her on the team. Regarding her action point generation, there are cards that do that too, and characters like Selena can break enemies very easily, giving you even more action points while also contributing some DPS. Regarding her ability to preserve action points from one turn to the next, there's a trinket that does the same thing. And regarding her excessive healing, well, I'll give you that one, she heals a lot. But partners also have a decent amount of healing, and in many cases healing is inferior to shields, since shields prevent stress from building up when the enemies hit you. During the playtest, many people complained that 3 action points per turn weren't enough. That's why I think everyone put Mika on every team. Even I myself praised her during the playtest when I first saw what she could do as a 4-star. But after playing with other controllers, I didn't really feel that problem. Sure, once in a while you may run out of action points, but it's enough to just choose the least bad option from your hand and just move to the next turn. In other words, you just need to build a team that's balanced in terms of cost and you'll be fine. At the moment, Mika is still a very solid option for starting the game and learning its mechanics. Since you get her for free in the tutorial, she's one of the best free-to-play options, and you will definitely be able to clear most of the content with her. But as I said before, she's the most likely to fall behind after the game's release. At most, take her to level 20 or 30 to learn how to play the game, and then look for another support and equip them with the trinket I mentioned earlier. If you care about the meta, of course. One of the best alternatives to Mika is Cassius. Cassius provides a level of control over your deck that no other controller can offer. He lets you draw a ton of cards. You can pull up to 5 cards from your exhaust pile and put them on top of your draw pile. And he even allows you to search for any card you want and put it into your hand. All of this while you can build him to act like a pocket-sized Mika. He also does a bit of damage, but I personally won't use him for that. I think the best way to use him will be by selecting his Full House quest card, which lets him draw 2 cards after each combatant has acted once, since this requirement will be fulfilled when you're about to end your turn most of the time, and his quest cards can only be used on the turn they appear. Another good option would be Nia. I like her a bit less than Cassius because of how random her kit is, but she can still be very useful in high cost teams, follow-up attack teams, or with combatants that have multi-hit attacks, since they scale well with the morale buff she provides. There's also a very high probability that the game's launch will include more characters than we had in the playtest. Among them will be Adelheid, who appears to be a controller, but we still don't know what she'll be capable of. For this exact reason, because we only had 4 days to test all of the characters, and because it's already been confirmed that many characters' kits will change at launch, I've decided to not make a tier list, at least not yet, because the meta we knew probably doesn't exist anymore. To make up for the bad rep I just gave Mika, she still has certain team compositions where only she can truly shine. For example, she will probably perform very well in teams that use cards with an X cost. Cards that use all your remaining action points to power up that card X amount of times, or just teams that play a large number of cards per turn. Also consider that many things could change at release. They could make healing reduce stress by 5 instead of 2, since 2 is very little considering a single good hit from an elite enemy can give you 15 stress. And in the future, they might even add enemies that pierce shields, making all that healing Mika provides much more valuable. Despite everything I've said, my advice is to do whatever you want and don't let me tell you how to play the game. So far, all characters have been viable in some way, so play however you like.